Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jesse, and today I'm going to be reading another unhinged romance novel. I recently read a romance novel involving a door, and it was a silly, goofy, good time, and I wanted to keep the good vibes going. Add another book to my pile of books that I will never, ever, ever recommend. If you're wondering why I'm even reading these weird AF books, one, curiosity. I can't help but be curious when I hear that a romance novel involves a girl falling in love with a door. How do you hear that and not be curious? Asking for a friend, but also because they're a silly, goofy, good time. I go into these books with an unserious attitude because I know that they're going to be just that, unserious. I know they're going to serve me with that unserious goodness, and I will gobble that up any day. Today, I'm going to be reading a pillow romance. I too love my pillow, but I can assure you not enough to start making moves on it. The book is called Stuffed. On it, it says a living pillow romance. That honestly feels like a trigger warning having that on the book. And it should feel like one, because I can imagine going into this book not knowing what you're getting yourself into and leaving it being completely scarred, leaving it not being able to look at a pillow the same way. So much for resting your head comfortably on a pillow ever again. I'm really limited on where I can film at the moment. I'm not home, so I will be reading this in bed. I'm gonna do like a little read with me situation. This book is not gonna take me that long. It's only like 76 pages. So I'll be here in bed updating you as I read. Let's go. I just started and I already am stuffed with so many thoughts and feelings. First up, we're introduced to a scummy landlord, which what's up with these weirdo landlords? There was also a weirdo landlord in Unhinged, and in this one, he's a little weirdo too. Is this a norm? Is this a landlord trope? He calls our main character Little Annie and threatens her being like,
"You got your rent? If you don't got your rent, then I'm coming into your apartment to get it."
and it's like, boy, settle down. Take several seats. Our main character Anne is a homebody and she hates germs of any kind, which causes a problem in her like having any kind of like romantic relationship. Like she can have romantic relationships, but obviously like when it gets to the physical part, it just gets a little bit on the hard side of things. I need to move positions. This is not very comfortable. This position is much better. She talks about how she's anime obsessed, and at first I was like, yes, queen, relatable, I love me some anime. But then she goes on to like start watching an anime and she's like, my body is reacting to the main character. I'm having a physical response to the anime character. And that's when I remembered that there are two types of anime fans. No judgment though, no judgment. Whatever floats your boat, let it keep on floating it. There are times when it feels like this is setting us up for when she does fall in love with the pillow. Like, I don't like real people. I really, really don't. Is the author trying to prep us for her falling in love with her pillow? I mean, I need all the prep I can get, so I'll take it. Stuff me with all the preparations. Please, this line kills me. Dating? Gross. My hoo-ha dries up at the thought. Oh Lord, help us all. I watch the colors move across the screen, clutching a pillow between my legs, my favorite pillow. Little does she know, her pillow has a soul and is probably enjoying that a little too much. There's an emphasis on her only being attracted to fictional characters, and this just brought up a term that I've not heard of before, but I literally just googled it because I was like, is that a real thing? It's a real thing. There's no judgment here in talking about this, because I think this is something that like people actually like seek help for. But it's called fictophilia, and it's someone that feels romantic feelings, intense cravings, and even sexual attraction for a fictional figure. I had genuinely never heard of that before. I thought it was like a made-up term, but it appears to be a real thing that people actually deal with. I had no idea that this book would be teaching me things, but here we are. Y'all, she did not release herself on her pillow and then be like, the pillow's a little moist, but that's fine, and then proceeds to sleep on it. Girl, hello? I thought you liked cleanliness? I thought you was a germaphobe? What is going on here? Chapter 2, we've got the pillow perspective. This will be interesting. Not me immediately getting the ick with how the pillow talks about the main character. Oh, Anne, my darling, my wondrous Anne. Ick, ick, ick. Please tell me he does not talk this way throughout the whole book. I will scratch my eyeballs out. Here we go, we're getting the lore behind the pillow. I'm intrigued, I'm ready, I'm seated, I'm ready for this. Give me that pillow lore. This just in, guys. A goose and a phoenix got together, then the goose ended up getting cooked, and the phoenix was devastated and died of sadness. But before it passed, a single phoenix feather found itself in a pile of the goose's feathers. This pile of feathers were being used for an organic, free-range, all-natural goose feather pillow. And apparently in just one of the phoenix feathers, there is a tiny spark of regenerative power, and there's the tiniest potential for life. Apparently it's not enough to like fully form a physical form, but because of how much Anne pours herself into it, that was a bad way to put it. Not like actually pours herself, oh god, but more like she clings to it. And it's like partially helping build up the pillow's existence. Some authors are just so creative. It also seems like it can take life from insects. So for example, a fly comes into the room and the second it lands on the pillow, it dies because the pillow is sucking the life out of it. Fascinating stuff, you guys. We were just introduced to a new creeper because one creeper isn't enough. We've got this guy named Todd at the workplace, and Anne has like set a very clear like boundary with him. She's like, I want nothing to do with you. But he does not seem to understand this boundary. A man who doesn't understand boundaries? Shocking. not. When a girl tells you, I'm not interested, I've told you already, I'm here to work, not find a date, please respect that, that means stop trying to make moves. If you need to handcuff yourself to your desk in order to understand that boundary, then by all means, handcuff yourself to your desk. Also, what is it with all these weird nicknames she's getting? First up, it was like Little Annie, then it's My Ann. Now we've got Annie Banani. Can't these men just call her by her name? Anne? It's Anne? I love a nickname, but also all these nicknames just sound so degrading. Like Little Anne, My Anne, Annie Banani. I don't want to kill anyone, but I do want some of these people to fall in dog shit and scrape their knees or something. Relatable content. So many men are harassing this poor girl and she just wants to get home from work. She ends up running into this group of guys that are just like not leaving her alone. And it seems like normally they just like hound her, but at this point they get like physical and like actually touch her, which is obviously a problem for our main character Anne because she's a germaphobe and she doesn't want to touch people. She wants no physical interactions. Men are the worst. Yes, I realize that I'm a man, but guess what? I can be a man and still realize the fact that men are in fact the worst. We're seeing through the eyes of the pillow. Todd has showed up at the apartment because I guess that Anne dropped her wallet when they were interacting with each other, and so he thought that he would be a superhero and bring back her wallet. And guess what this man does? He forces himself into her apartment and is like, I need to use your bathroom. Even though Anne is like, no, I don't think it's a good idea for you to use my bathroom. Can you not? Can you leave? He just forces himself inside. Like, Todd, go piss in a bush, you prick. Can a pillow just turn into a human now and just eat him up? I don't mean cannibalism, but I mean like kick his tush and throw him in the garbage where he belongs. Todd, of course, finds his way into the bedroom instead of the bathroom. We all know your motives, Todd. Todd the fraud. Nice bed. I like your setup here with the TV and all. Why don't we sit here and watch a movie? Netflix and chill. Oh dear God. Not the Netflix and chill line. Please, I have not heard that in so long. And I feel like I did not need to be reminded of it today. Oh my God. Wait, please tell me this pillow is about to kill Todd. He pats me to invite her over. Yes, he touches me. When his hand lands on me, I suck the life out of him. It's much more difficult than with the bugs, I find. He struggles much harder. He tries to lift his hand but can't. I won't allow it. Okay, wait, I got a little too excited about the pillow murder scene, but he does do something wild. As Todd is touching the pillow, he like fully ages up Todd. So now he looks super thin. He's got gray hair, hollow cheeks, frail body, nearly skeletal. I'm gonna be honest, I wish that a pillow murder happened because that just sounds so interesting to me. But I also know that that would have been a challenging thing for Anne to go through, and then also for like Anne and the pillow to cover up. Like, how do you explain this guy came into your apartment, touched a pillow, began aging upwards, and then just like died? Like, how do you explain that? We end this chapter with the pillow being like, tomorrow I will take on my human form. I'm so intrigued to find out like how he fully takes on this form. We switch to Anne's perspective. Anne has decided to ditch work for the day. She's just stressed out with everything that happened with Todd and him touching her pillow and aging up, and all her coworkers are like kind of questioning what happened, and she just is like, I cannot deal with this. Girl is clearly stressed and it makes sense. When she gets to her apartment though, she's like, the vibes are off. What's going on here? Lord, hold my hand as I walk through this apartment. When I get to my room, my hand clenches in surprise. My bed, where some horrible thing is pulsing and stretching. What the F is that? I'm so eager to find out what this transformation is looking like. As of right now, my lower half is mostly formed. I have feet, legs, hips, even pants. None of it is fully detailed, but it started at least. My upper half, however, is a mess. My chest, arms, and head are simply 4 pillows. They aren't even particularly firm or attractive pillows at the moment. They're only blank placeholders for upcoming pieces. Not all of my upper half is blank though. Part of a face is formed on the topmost pillow. A dent of a mouth and eyes only, but that's it. The way I would be pissing myself if I ever saw that my pillow had a mouth and eyes. Let's hope that never happens. Are you listening? Do not ever form a face of any sort. Here's the deal. Yes, this is probably terrifying for Anne to walk in on, but I would rather her walk in on it happening than her walk in and just have like a man sprawled out on her bed. But like, that's what the pillow's initial plan was. Like, he just wanted to like get into full human form and then have Anne like walk in and find him. Like, did he not just witness how she felt being around a man in her apartment the night before when he sucked off Todd? Ooh, that sounded bad. When he sucked Todd's life? How do you think she would react to you being fully formed just lying on her bed? It would not be good. Trust me on this. I mean, you already have her fainting and panicking at the current form that you're in, so I smile as much as I can with a mouth that's hardly more than 2 folds in fabric. No! No, no, no! I don't like it. It's making me very uncomfortable. Okay, Anne and the pillow have had a few interactions now. They've talked a little bit, and I just can't with the fact that she's going to completely fall head over heels for this pillow. Like, there's no way she's not. This is a romance novel. Like, obviously she's going to end up together with him, but he is coming off so strong, and instead of it feeling like a swoon moment where he's like sweeping her off her feet and just like flirting with her and being like cute and romantic, it's coming off so creepy. Like, he's barely said hello and he's like, I built myself for you, Anne. Anne, I have been in love with you for years. I've kept myself firm and cool for you and tried every day to find a way to become more. Today I have done it. We can finally be together. You are my love. You make me yours. Like, boy, settle down. I know that you've not had any social interactions up to this point, but like, my God. The first thing out of your mouth after your first interaction with somebody should never be, "Anne, I have been in love with you for years." Thank God Anne is like, whoa dude, you're being a little intense. The pillow is basically like, you can make me into anything that you want. You can be in charge of the way that I look. And Anne is like, light bulb, anything you say. And she proceeds to make him look just like one of her favorite anime characters. You like what you like, I guess. Anything for the anime queen. Okay, so even though he is human now, he doesn't have like human skin or anything. He still has like fabric, which I found fascinating. I was just expecting him to like fully become a human. At the same time though, it makes sense. Oh God. Well, I feel kind of weird. I mean, how long have you been sentient? I've been sentient for quite a while now. If you're wondering whether I've been aware when you've ground your gorgeous, runt against me, the answer is yes. I get that he doesn't know basic social skills, but boy is blunt AF. Oh my God, he just comes off as so pervy. Anne is like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Don't be. It was beautiful. You brought me to life, Anne. I hope one day to experience that again. To have you grind against my— yeah, I'm not reading on. It gets too much. It gets too much. I know that there are some people who would like love this relationship because he is constantly like, I was made for you. I exist to serve you. But like, boy has no personality. Boy has the personality of a pillow. Literally no personality at all. I would get so bored so easily. Initially, he's like suggesting doing all these like wild things because he's watched Anne watch wild things, if you know what I'm saying. I love that Anne's just like, can we just like hold hands or something? Like, just so wholesome, so sweet. But things kind of turn a little bit more intense on Anne's side and the way that she feels about him and thinks about him. I'm like, whoa, you flipped real fast, girl. You got real comfortable with this pillow guy. Like, this little thought that she has about his laugh, it's so much. It's so overwhelming. When he laughs at my little joke, it's deep and throaty. It's the kind of laugh the hero in a story has. The one that swoops the love interest away at the last minute when she gets nearly overwhelmed in battle. The one she nearly kisses episode after episode, but never quite does until the very last season. And when she does, it's absolute fireworks. I squirm in my spot at the sound of it. Is anything about him not perfect? Girl! Okay, so they end up coming up with a name for Pillow Boy. They name him Ori, but I'm just gonna keep calling him Pillow Boy, Pillow Guy, because that's what he is to me. Pillow Boy, Pillow Guy. Please, I am living for how unserious this is. So, Pillow Boy gets a crease in his neck, and it nearly ends his life by cutting off his breathing. The struggles of being a pillow love interest. Sometimes you get a crease and almost die. Pillow Boy thinks that he needs more power to like fully come into his own as his human form. It's clear that like he's not fully formed yet, and he needs a little bit more power. It's clear to me though that like in order for him to get more life, he's gonna have to take another life. So like, who's it gonna be? Naughty Toddy or the nasty landlord? He's got two options here. Okay, I think I took things too far. He's not gonna like full on go and like commit pillow murder by like fully taking somebody's life, but he's gonna go and take some life from some people. I got a little too excited for pillow murder, my bad. Anne seems to be a little too excited about this. She basically wants revenge on everyone who has ever poked the germaphobe and caused her to spiral. So she ends up taking him to the boys that harassed her. And it's so interesting because like she's with a guy now and they still are like yelling at her, hounding her, being just straight up nasty. Pillow Boy is getting angry, he's getting his feathers in a bunch, and he sucks some life out of them. They've made their way back to their apartment, and apparently Anne has worked up a bit of an appetite, if you know what I'm saying, because they dive into bed and get to woohooing. This does not sound appetizing to me, but like Anne is really excited about it. Satin. Your mouth feels like the slipperiest, smoothest satin. Listen, I love satin, but I don't think that I would enjoy making out with satin. Like, that just does not sound appealing to me in the slightest. Oh, I cannot deal with this. Okay, so apparently Pillow Boy has not fully developed his code word rock, and that is his last step, apparently. Soon enough, oh, what's a good code word for this? There's not a code word for this because it doesn't really rhyme with anything that would make sense. Soon enough, begins to inflate in his underpants. I stifle a giggle at the sight. It's less like a rock growing hard and more like a balloon inflating. I cannot deal with this, but I am dealing with it. I'm the one who is interested in picking this book up. They have decided that they're going to make adjustments throughout the process. Am I blushing? I feel like I'm blushing. Pillow Boy runs into a bit of a mishap throughout the process of what they're doing, that being his face going completely flat. I'll leave that up to your imagination as to how that even occurred. I'm begging for a pillow to F me. What kind of day is this? I mean, he is in man form, but still, this has to be the first time in history it's ever happened. I'm seriously about to lose my V card to a living pillow. Please, Anne, we're all astounded that you're doing the dirty with a pillow. Now listen, it's mentioned that Anne often partakes in watching a certain type of anime
Where they do the dirty.
and Pillow Boy, who was there with her when she watched this particular type of anime, apparently took notes because of the fact that he's able to, like, you know, make himself into whatever he wants to make himself into. Tentacles start to show up in the bed, and I'm leaving it at that. I'm leaving it at that. No more of that. Okay, I cannot. I cannot. I don't know how to explain this in a coded way, but let's just say Pillow Boy's rock explodes feathers. If you catch what I'm saying, instead of the other substance, he's full-on exploded feathers everywhere. I cannot. What even? Finished. It ends on a bit of a lackluster note, but Pillow Boy ends up needing more life, and he takes out the landlord essentially, like just kind of like fully ages him up. He doesn't fully like murder him, but like he ages him completely up and then just like goes and leaves him somewhere and then comes back, and he's more human than he was before. Like parts of his wrist have like skin on them, human skin. But there's a sequel, so something tells me that something goes wrong with this situation. Like maybe somebody comes and finds the landlord, and the landlord explains what happened, and they have to like figure their way out of that sticky situation. I don't know. I'm weirdly interested in reading the sequel. This was not like the most satisfying. Like I found Unhinged a lot more satisfying than this one. This one just felt like less plot, more vibes. That is it for my experience with Stuffed. I'm feeling rather stuffed now. I need to go deflate myself and come back to normal. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this. How did you feel about this kind of like read with me format? Would you ever pick up Stuffed and read it? Let me know down below in the comments. Or was this video enough? Was this recap of this book enough for you? If you want to see me read more silly, goofy, good time books like this, let me know. I've definitely looked into some others, and there's some that I'm very curious about and would like to give them a go. So I might just do that. Give it a go. If you like this video, be sure to go and hit that like button. If you want to see more bookish content from me, be sure to go and hit subscribe or go and hit that bell icon, and you'll be notified every time I post new videos. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope your day is bright, that tomorrow is brighter. Keep reading what your heart desires, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye, yo!